Alright, I have another tensioner I need to work on. This is a machine that is badged for white. Made in Japan specially for White Sewing Machine Company. It doesn't have any further model name under the front. And I haven't found a match yet in my sewing groups to see if anybody recognizes what model number this is. But it's got very stylish white knob tensioner with this black and white number ring, and then this silver nut that takes a pin spanner. And the reason I'm going to have to redo this is because it earlier, when I was twisting it, this nut is turning, so I'm going to have to open it, and I got to clean it anyway. So to get it to unscrew, you need to have a tool that you can unscrew this spanner screw. And I've got this right angle pliers that spans the two holes. I had a dental pick earlier. Anything that you can get to start turning that, and then once it's loose, so that nut came out. On the back side there is a washer that grips the back side of this number dial. So we can get that washer off of here, and I believe this number dial will come out. So I got this spiky washer out. I'm going to lay these out and take a photo to put in the video so that we can lay them out. Here's our washer and our number dial, or our screw and our number dial. And I'm laying these out as I take them out in the order they come off the tensioner. So our dial has one dot on it to mark where it goes against that number dial. And then inside here is another washer. Is that washer? That washer is screwed into the back of this dial. There's threads on this dial. Right? Oh. Alright. Supposed to unscrew. Oh. The barrel of this tensioner is turning. So, find a screwdriver that I can just set screw here. Right. I'm going to need to get this washer inside the back of this plastic thing. This washer is where we get pressure on the tension spring, right? Maybe something is missing out of this tensioner. That might be causing an issue. Although this barrel is smooth. I'll have to figure out how this works. But for now, get our spring and our cup and our two tension discs out, and then pull the whole barrel of our tensioner out. our take-up spring is good, so at least there's that. There's our set screw to get the stem out of this barrel if we need to. I might loosen this spring a bit. It is a bit oversprung. When I put these together otherwise, I usually put them about 180 degrees off the stopper, and this one is, gosh, almost an entire turn to get it pulled up there. So I adjusted the spring, and now it's about 180 degrees of tension on it before it hits the stopper for pull-up. And then I've cleaned all the parts of this, and I'm going to reassemble it. So we need to put our release pin down the center of the barrel so it sticks out the back here. And then we've got our 2 tension discs. And then this cup that lifts the spring. Put our spring in. And then this threaded giant washer goes on with the cup up. That's how it came out of the back of this piece here, and you can see there's an indent of the threads on the tension dial for that cup to fit up inside it. And then there was this washer on here to provide a little bit of smoother action as the plastic dial turns here. And I'm actually going to get a tiny dab of grease to put in here. Just teeny bit, the tiniest bit of super lube brushed in, just a couple dabs on this dial. And then, so this dial is now on 0 tension, and I'm actually gonna turn this around and start it on another thread. As you can see, our dot comes out on the bottom, and there's a few different threads around that, and now it's here, so there must be 4 threads. I'm gonna check there, and I got it on a thread. That has the dot kind of up here, so that's gonna look nice. Alright. And then we need this washer that holds the back of the dial. Maybe rotate this. There. Is that fitting slightly better? Yeah. That is just really... Alright. So that washer is in place. And then We're going to set our dial, because the stopper on the back of the dial and the number dial and the stopper on the front of the tension knob meet up. At 0, and then our screw goes. Gotta hold that number dial in place while we get our screw lined up. Can I get this screw? Alright, well, I'm going to fiddle with this a bit until I get the screw to go in. But we got to get the screw to go down the center of the barrel there. So I'm going to fiddle with that till I get the screw in. So the challenge I had reassembling this was this washer with the pins on it. It's got the 2 notches that fit in the slots on the side of the stem of the tensioner, but the stem was a bit wider. It had spread at the edges, and so I assembled the tensioner onto the machine, and then I had to press this washer. I had to get one side here on one side of the stem, and then I had to hold it and press the other side until both sides of the stem were squeezed together to get this washer to sit in place flush here. Now with this washer flush, I can put my number dial in, and it also holds the stem for this screw to go in, although these tension screws are always a pain to get in the front of the tensioner. But I'm that much closer now. I don't quite think I have it. It's so easy to cross thread these because that split in the tensioner means that the split in the stem means the threads aren't always super lined up. Same thing happens with the Singer tensioners that have the outside threads and a nut. You can cross thread those because the split in the tensioner divides the threads. Right, after carefully getting that washer in place and getting this screw face in the center of the tension dial, it now holds while the tension turns. This is going to be a bit hard to adjust the scale on, but we'll figure that out when we get to a stitch test. But now this is staying put instead of the dial and the scale and the center screw all turning together.